Shapinsay is a predominantly agricultural island lying just to the north of Kirkwall. The historic Balfour Castle is probably its most famous landmark. Less well known, on the southeast corner of Shapinsay lies a breathtaking stretch of coastal cliffs that feature spectacular sea stacks, arches, holes and numerous caves. Over thousands of years, the elemental forces of the sea, wind, rain and ice have relentlessly eroded and sculpted the sandstone cliffs. Sandstone is a relatively soft rock, and this characteristic has contributed to the variety and complexity of the features that we see today. While many of these features can be seen when walking the cliff tops, they are perhaps best appreciated from sea level or even from underwater. The dive team begins their first dive near a feature known as the Foot of Shapinsay. This rock face contains 3 adjacent sandstone columns arching into the sea. The divers are keen to get a closer look at these stunning structures underwater to see what sea life they support. The preparations for the dive are thorough. First finding a reliable place to moor the boat, then preparing all of the equipment and taking to the water. Diving below the surface, the first thing the divers encounter is the large brown seaweed known as kelp. Kelp is always found at or below the low water mark and thrives in these shallow sunlit waters. The kelp canopy provides a great habitat for small fish like these 2-spotted gobies swimming amongst the fronds. On the bedrock underneath the canopy, a rich turf of colourful life can be found, including these small colonies of translucent sea squirts growing amid a carpet of red algae. This realm is also shared with seals and seabirds, such as these shags. All of these creatures are well adapted to the marine environment, either by swimming strongly or holding on tightly to the rock. As well as the base of the rocky cliffs, there is another coastal feature the team are keen to explore. The dark shadow in the cliffs indicates the entrance to a sea cave, which is rumoured to extend deep underneath the land. It is incredible to think that the power of the sea can create such dramatic structures. The team dive down to investigate. Approaching the cave entrance, the seascape begins to change. The dense, sun-drenched kelp of the open coast thins out as the shadows of the cliffs above begin to reduce the levels of light. Once the team passes through the last shafts of bright sunlight, they enter a strange twilight world. The animals and seaweeds at the cave entrance are adapted to the lower light levels, the crashing waves and the forceful surge of water flowing in and out of the cave. The dense kelp is replaced by much smaller red seaweeds. Eventually, it's even too dark to see by natural light alone, and the divers must switch on their torches to see the cave's inhabitants. Many animals can still thrive in these dark and challenging conditions. In the middle section of the cave, the walls are encrusted with filter-feeding animals like these sponges and sea squirts. Hardy species such as crabs still scavenge a living here. The deeper into the cave the team travels, the darker it gets, and the cave floor becomes more barren because of rounded stones and boulders rolling back and forth when storm waves surge in and out of the cave, making it difficult for most life to keep hold. Despite the harsh conditions, this dahlia anemone has managed to find a protected place to grow. Suddenly, chaos erupts as a pair of seals dash past the divers while exiting the cave. A few metres further and the team has reached what appears to be the back of the cave. But an additional submerged channel appears. It leads to a large cavern, perhaps 40 metres from the mouth of the cave. And here is a secret beach where the selkies that just passed by were probably hauled out, undisturbed, in total darkness. will any people have witnessed this sight before? Perhaps this is the first time ever that humans have seen this beach hidden under the fields of Shapinsay. Thrilled by their discovery, the divers carefully and slowly retrace their route back, following the light, past the scoured rocks, back to where the kelp and other seaweeds grow, and finally returning to the sunlit kelp forests. The sudden and dramatic contrast in conditions from the entrance to the back of a sea cave is an extraordinary and rare scenario. Created by the power of the waves and tumbling rocks, Shapinsay sea caves and other spectacular coastal features are a visible demonstration of how nature's forces have shaped Orkney's coastlines for millennia.